me try that again with recording on. Welcome back, everybody. There we go. We're up to almost everybody back in the room again. Wow, it's been a brilliant first half. It's been a brilliant session. So we can see how effective the business is. We've seen how effective the products are and how good the products are. And now we're going to go to the next part. And we need to develop a team because this business is a team business. There's just so much one of us can do. We only have so many hours per day, and we can only see and talk to so many people at a time. So in order to leverage this business and to leverage our time, we need to get other people on board. So we have yet another very experienced distributor going to be telling us how we can expand our names list for building our business, because this is part 2 of the 3 daily success habits of sharing the business. Now, who do you share it with? Where do you find those people? And Vic Bender, if you can unmute yourself and share with us, how do you expand your names list for building your business? Take it away.
Just something that I've lost my screen here.
No,
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I'm here. For the folks who don't know me, Vic Bender. I've been married for a number of years. My computer's playing silly games. I married my childhood sweetheart 55 years ago. We're still married. So it says something about us. Yeah, when we join this business, obviously the first thing that your sponsor will tell you is you must draw up a names list. And they always say, find 100 names. There's a names list generator in the training manual. You can use that, which gives you your names. It's still not that easy to get together a number of names. Then, of course, you've got to take those names. And this isn't an inviting session as such, but once you have those 100 names, you need to speak to them. Now, invariably, some of those names on that list are older names that you may have lost contact with. And they tell you that you must have a script. If you're not sure about what to say, have a script in front of you when you talk to them. Well, I don't know if any of you have ever got any telesales calls and these people rattle off the script from their script. It sounds absolutely terrible, and I basically switch off the minute I hear that. And unfortunately, that's what happens with the prospects as well. If your script sounds like you're sitting with your nose down here reading it like this, they're going to turn off on you. So be that as may, that is the way to start. But ultimately, you are going to run out of names. It's a given. You're going to run out of those 100 names because you yourself are going to dump some of them because you don't believe they'll do your business. You'll prejudge. There's no human nature is like that. You're going to prejudge that some will, some won't, and you'll cut some of those names out, so you'll end up with a lot shorter names list. And you will get to a point where that names list, which is your warm list, as they call it, is no longer viable. And you have to then get out to meet people. So basically, I'll tell you what we do. I mean, it's not what everybody would do, but we do that. We get out to meet people. Debbie once said, these people are not going to walk across your front door. Very unlikely. You have to go out and meet people. And we go out and we meet people, and we go to places where the kind of people are that we want to meet. Let's be honest. I don't want everybody in my business. I'd like a lot of people, but I'm a little bit fussy about some of the people. I'm not going to go pub crawling to get guys who are in the pub drinking their hearts away into my business. I don't want them. That's just more headaches, you know. So we go to places where the people are we go to meet. And when you're meeting new folk, one of your biggest assets is your ears. You need to listen, because somewhere along the line, while you're listening to strangers talking, even at a table adjacent to you, we go to restaurants, we go to flea markets, we go to farmers markets, we go all over the show. But in listening, and Dawn could bear me out, she's often picked up stompies and spoken to those people, and we've got them in the business. But you will hear something which will give you a gap. Your whole purpose of going out there to meet people is to try to find some sort of gap. You need to find a way to talk to people about what you have to offer them to help them, because our purpose is to help them. And when you're listening or even talking to strangers, what you're doing is you're trying to find something common to them. If you can find something common between yourself and the people you're talking to, that is really a given that you have a place to start with. So, you know, like some people are shy, they'll walk past you, they won't greet you. If you try and talk to them, they won't talk to you. So you have to find a way to break that down. You've got to find a way to get past those things. Now, people who know me, if you look at the shirt I'm wearing, one of the things I do is I wear colorful shirts. I'll go to the market, I'll wear a colorful shirt. I will get a remark from somebody. Somebody will say something, either good or bad, about my shirt, which gives me a way to talk to them. That's the one way. The second thing that I always do is I wear hats. You see my hat? I wear weird hats. And I can have a lot of them. There's another one. Because I will get a comment. Some people will ridicule me. Other people will say, where did you get it? Can I get one? But it gives you a gap to get in and talk to them. So you just have to be able to break down this barrier which exists between people at the moment. So I wear shoes. I wear Zulu shoes. People say, oh, you've got Zulu shoes. And yeah, fine. You know, that's I'm a South African. But you find a way to talk to them. And you know, that's what it's all about. You need to go where the people are. You need to then find a way to talk to those people. And in talking to those people, you need to ask questions about them, get them talking about themselves if you can. Somewhere along the line, a gap will appear. You will get that gap to speak to people. It could be just a mention about money issues. It could be a mention about health issues. If you're listening carefully, you'll always find that gap. But look for a common factor, something which relates to you. I always, and don't bear me out, I ask people very quickly, what do you do? How do you make a living? And one of two things. I either know something about what they're doing. I really actually pride myself that I've developed quite a wide general knowledge in terms of work types of situation. Either I know something about it, or if this guy tells me he's a medical specialist or whatever, I would say, how does that work? What do you do? Then I'm asking questions about him and about his work. And that way you get them to open up. Somewhere along the line, the gap will appear. So you don't talk too much about yourself. So really, after all that, after talking to people and getting them to open up, we've met some amazing people like that, and quite a few of them in the team. Some are not meant for the team, but you don't know that until you speak to them. You only find that out by talking to them. You can't judge them beforehand. You don't know what they're like. Now, the most important thing in that conversation, eventually, after getting to open up, is to actually physically get a contact details from them. I know we in the past have slipped up. We've got people talking to us, we've had coffee with them, and we've left without a number. And you think, oh, well, I'll see them next week. Doesn't work like that. The chances are you might never see that person again. I take my personal situation. I met Mark Hazel once at a petrol station, once. Had Mark not spoken to me and got my details, I wouldn't be here. I would never have seen him again. So the bottom line is talk to people, listen to people, get a name and get some contact details, and then do the thing which nobody likes to do, and that is follow up. You have to get humble, and you have to get on the phone, and you have to put your fear aside. And the only way to get names is to talk to people and to actually ask them for those names. Folks, that's about all I can say about it, and that's the way we do it. But what I do before I go out, you probably can't see this. You might be able to see this. This is it's almost a self-talk. And what it is, it comes from a book which I've read quite a bit recently. It's a book on the law of attraction. The law of attraction is one of God's given laws, and it very definitely works. And before we go out, I would say this to myself every morning, say, I intend to see, I want to see, I expect to see, no matter who I am working with, no matter who I'm talking to, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I intend to see that which I want to see. And what I want to see is somebody like-minded to me. So basically, that's my lot for the day, folks. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Thanks, Vic. That's brilliant. And so easy. If you don't have a friend, find a friend, make a friend, turn them into family, because that is what this team is all about. We are a team of family. Great. So we're moving on. And the other part of that second part, where we have to share. Now, Vic was telling us how we can share, and that getting names is sharing not only the business, but also the products. And Busi Umsani is going to be sharing about or how to share our great products and finding potential customers. You've got about 5 minutes, Busi. Take it away.
Good afternoon, winners. I hope all the eagles are really flying this time. How do I find potential customers? I keep my names list in a safe place. All those that say no to the business opportunity, I go back to them to show them our fantastic products. In that way, I get customers. That's my first step. My second point, once I have established a good relationship with my customer, I ask for referrals, thus getting more customers. And it works for me because what I do first, as I've said, I have that relationship already with my customers. So they are able to give me more referrals, and those referrals, they become my customers as well. The third point, I have learned to be a good listener. Often in a conversation with people, they will always, sometimes they will like mention health challenges they have. That is when I will offer to come back to them because I might have something that can help them. In that way, I get new customers again. So, my list for customers is growing. And the fourth point, when I visit my family members, I take some of my products with me to demonstrate or to share with them. In that way, I get more customers. I do the same thing with friends as well. Remember, family members and friends, sometimes they won't just join you in the business in the beginning. They just want to see where the business is going, looking at you. But in the meantime, they can be very good customers. Yeah. My fifth point, I have a display of products in my kitchen. So you can come and visit me. It's amazing. Visitors will always notice that display and they will start asking questions, seeing my display. I just love it. And then it gives me an opportunity, of talking about my products. And sometimes even it demonstrate, especially with the like Super 10, LTC, can quickly do a demonstration and you get a customer like that. So that's how I grow my customers. And it does happen, so we just have to do that. There are other ways as well. Some people, they like to get customers online, but this is working for me. It works for me. And I like that, to keep that relationship with my customers. And after now and then, I would just ask them, how are you doing with the products? And I'll keep my customers this way. So in this business, I've learned that we have to persevere. Customers, you can have a customer that's just using one product. Just be patient with that customer. Just take good care of that customer. Service them now and then. Do your follow-ups with the products, and you will see they will buy more products from you. Thank you very much.
Well done. Thanks, Busi. Yes, there's some brilliant tips over there. And that's the beauty of this business as well. It's unique to you. Make it your business. It is you take charge of how you do things, whatever works best for you. And this is a business of dealing with people. And the man that I find to be extremely smart as far as that is concerned, because he's taught me virtually everything I know. The man who knows how to be smart with people. John Cunningham, my upline, please tell us how to be people smart. Take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Sean. Well done to all the speakers that have come on. A lot of my work has been done already. If you just have a look at the skill that our favorite doctor did with the presentation, that was absolutely perfect. Clear voice, beautiful screen, and looking at the screen on my left here, I've got someone called Victor next to Vic and Dawn Bender. Vic, can you just give us a bit of a wave? You've got a cap on. You on the, yeah, well done. If you look at Victor on this one, he's agreeing with all the points that people are making. So that's a non-visual one. So, you know, we're learning how to deal with people. And we've got books like We Cut Our Teeth on How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And we're going through that book there, and there's a lot of skills there that we're picking up, even after many, many years. So if you look at the different books, Linda actually asked me to look at two of Les Gibbons' books, the How to be People Smart, and the other one is People Skills. And then I thought I would go to the sources where they came from, and I Googled it. And there's about 300,000 pages that you want to have a quick look at just to get the idea of people skills or soft skills. So it covers a multitude of things. And you've got verbal skills, which is what we've been doing today, talking to one another, talking to each other. And the skill there's a lot of things that we actually bumbled through, making mistakes in life as well. The people skill in or the art of listening is another skill, another people skill. And when I say listening, you can actually see your audience, whether they're receptive or they're non-receptive, whether their body language tells you that they're closed or anxious. And that tells you a lot. Some of the things that people do, if you're listening skills, they fidget, or they think about what they're going to reply to what the person's saying. They don't actually listen to what the person's telling them, and they miss the point by cutting in, or worst of all, interrupting. So that's another skill we've got to try and overcome. So often we've got so much information. Deb and I have been in the business for a while, and we've gained a lot of experience. But we don't know it all. We're there to learn. Everyone can teach us something in the business. The negotiation skills, that there's a lot of other skills that we can develop. One of the things that I learned here in Les Gibbons' books is to avoid filter words. A lot of people, if they don't know what they're going to say, they go, or you know, all these little words you add on to give you some breather time. Try and get that out. If you stuck at the end of a sentence, rather take a deep breath and then carry on talking. But sometimes those filler ones can really irritate you. If you're in a meeting, I've had it where some people engage in a conversation near the back. That's not only very, very rude, but it disrupts everyone in that whole meeting. Or they touch each other and they point out there and they fidget. That's another point that we've got to try and master there. And a lot of these things, I'm talking to myself, what I used to do, but I've managed to try and curtail it. Some things you've got to mimic the non-verbal communicators, and like Victor was doing this now by nodding in agreement with the stuff he agreed. I'm sure if someone said something that he was totally opposite, he would shake his head the other way. So it's just a big go with the speaker that helps him a lot. On your visual one, if you look at how Dr. Caesar did her talk, you've got to have your visual aids very clear and concise. And if you're going to go too technical, then like some people don't follow how the circles, and I'm in army here because I've got to be careful what I say. You'll actually need to go into more depth of it so that people can understand you. But just to, I've got 7 more points and I'm finished. I'm out of here. As, don't complain. Sometimes when a person phones me, not only are they going to be for 12 or 14 minutes, and I know I'm in for a long run, even though I'm very busy, they'll carry on. But there's a lot of complaining and grumbling. And I actually feel, I wish one of the other people would come through and just give me some enlightenment. But people don't like to listen to all your grumbling. Look, as an upline, that's our job. And we get paid very well for listening to all the grumbles and all the problems there. And we love it. But sometimes it's good just to hear something positive when someone phones you. And I can see Dr. Caesar's also agreeing that she gets the M because the buck stops at her desk as well. And so do your other leaders. The other things, if you're going to start grumbling or complaining, rather not say anything at all. You know, just keep quiet and it'll come to pass, it'll go. The other part, number 2, is smile. Some people must know that you're approachable. If you look at some people, even on today, and I know it's a serious meeting, but they've got such a grumpy face looking at me. I just think, wow, you know, I wonder what I can say just to make them look a little bit more happy or approachable. But it doesn't, a lot of you are running with us. Listen closely and actively and make it an effort to listen to what's been said. Then there won't be a mix-up on communication and you'll get the right message at the end. It's important on a people skill to recognize praise where it's due. And Dale Carnegie will say the lavish praise, and we've gone through all that. But your team does a first sale on a bottle of Super 10. That's a great job, you know, and you've got to be enthusiastic for that person. I know you've done it all, and what's a 1 Super 10? But you know, 1 Super 10 can make a difference in someone's qualification. So be grateful and thankful for everything that comes in, and every person of your team is a gift from God. I really believe that. Praise others and show gratitude where gratitude is. Some people will do a great job, like these speakers today. They've done an outstanding job. Sean's done a great job in managing this whole technical thing that we're doing right now. And a lot of you people will be surprised if you knew how shy Sean was. Sean was so shy when we met him, he wouldn't even talk if Debbie was with me. He would talk if I was there. But he has come such a long way. So we develop these skills as we gain. And this is the part that gives us, it's more than money. I tell you what, the personal growth that we can get, it's incredible. And when we start talking, it's a good idea, and this is number 6 of my 7.1. It's a good idea to talk in the interests of the other person. No one wants to know Debbie and my trip when we went overseas over 11 times, and we've been to Central America. They're not interested in that we've been on the sea cruise trip up and down the coast with Charlie Bolton's. That doesn't concern them. You're going to get the rewards later. And as you grow in the Eagle team and you grow in Neolife, and you know these wonderful products and the wonderful company that we're dealing with, you are going to get rewarded like you won't believe. In Germany, when we were there, someone saw my little eagle pin on my coat, on my collar here, and they said, "Are you the Eagle team?" So I said, "Yeah, we are." Charlie Bolton, "Oh, yeah." And they said, "You're the biggest users of products in the Neolife world. Do you know that?" And they told me, they were elevating me. And that's the other thing, is speak good about everybody. If it's cross-line or up-line or down-line, you speak good about everyone. Don't, if you've got a negative, you can pass that up-line, and that's why we've got broad shoulders. We can take that. But don't, for goodness sake, speak negative in front of your downline or talk bad about your cross line or whoever, sometimes some things are just best left unsaid, and that's good. And the number 7 here on the bottom of the list is remember names. And I'm getting better at this. I think I can sort of, with mind enhancement, I can remember about 11 of you on the screen already. So that's coming up. That's why I got Debbie, because the Lord gave me Debbie 51 years ago. And she will tell me a lot of things that I've probably forgotten. But that's why you've got to try and remember names, or try and find out how you can remember a person's name by something that will remind you of what it is. Because a person's name is the sweetest thing in their ears. Okay, so there's a lot that we can learn. That if I would recommend this Les Gibbons books to everyone that are on this Zoom today, please look it up. There's much more. That's the tip of the iceberg. We don't know the quarter of it yet, and we are always improving. So well done, everyone. Lovely talks. Great, Sean. I'm going to sign off here. I think I've spoken enough, but thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you, John. That was brilliant. And yes, people skills will make or break your business. And on that note, we've had some amazing speakers this afternoon. Thank you, everybody. You guys have done brilliantly. But this is a business, but it's a fun business. It's a business unlike anyone I've ever met before, or I don't think I ever will meet another business like this. And one of the parts of the fun side of this business is the money and the recognition, because it's something that doesn't happen on a regular basis. In our jobs, we're not recognized for the good stuff. Seldom are we recognized for the good stuff and for the good things that we do. Make a mistake, everybody knows about it. Do something good, well, you might get a little bit of an accolade for 30 seconds, and that's about it. But this business always encourages and grows other people. And the person who does this the best, Debbie.
Yes, hi.
Please take it away and do some recognition for us. Thanks.
Yes, hi everybody. Good afternoon. Oh, it's so lovely to gather like this. I love this type of Zoom where we can actually see faces and get that feel. So it's fabulous. Well done to the speakers. You're all fantastic. But I must say, Barry, this afternoon you made us proud. That was very, very good. Well done. Well done. Okay, so everybody has really done their best today. That's fantastic. Just a little thing that I just wanted to say other than that, Sean, is that I'm going to just up this little bit. You know that we have got with the Neolife the 250 points. Now, I know that when you do your training, it's 100 points. That's what you must get to be linked to the computer. But what they have done, they've made a 250 points personal PV, and that will start to lock you into directorship. So we will be recognizing those people. And also, this is an Eagle Team meeting. So I trust that you all are Eagle Team, because there's a Cesar, actually, well done, Cesar. We're on the same page here. The Eagle Team have a lot of incentives, and we're missing out if we don't belong to the Eagle Team. So I'm going to also promote that. Okay, so new distributors, we've got new distributors, but they're not on today. So yeah, we can't, I haven't got any new ones. So Cesar, have you got new distributors?
Yes,
online?
I would like to welcome Graham. You joined Graham, yeah, he's waving. And unfortunately, Haley, who signed him up, well, we orchestrated the sign up. Haley has just dropped off, but yes. Haley signed up Graham. And I don't know whether I should just welcome as well the 2 visitors, the guests who are about to sign up. and that is Nobile, invited by Zandi. And there's Victor, the one who John pointed out. He's my guest. And he's all the way in Zanin, would you believe it?
Oh, well done. Fantastic.
And then, of course, I just need to say Nishia is here, and Nishia and Zandi are established distributors. Thank you.
Very good. Well done. Thank you. Okay. Now, so I'm going to recognize those that are on that got 250 points or more. I'm not going to recognize, we had a lot of people who are getting 250 points. Whether you're a manager or a senior manager, if you're not qualifying, that's okay, as long as you get your own 250 points. And that's, I saw Norma Hush, she was on here, she's still on. Well done, Norma. Well done, Ansi. Also, Rosemary, well done. Busi Masani, Sally Cutler, and Barry and Liz, and Mandy Roberts, that's our team. Anyone from you, Cesar, 250 points?
Not among the ones that are here.
Okay. All right. Okay, well done, everybody. No, that's fine. Thanks, Cesar. We're just going to recognize those here because I've got a lot to share and I can see the time going. Then we've got our 500 senior managers. We didn't have any qualified senior managers that are on here today. Cesar, yourself? No senior managers.
Not here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then we've got our directors and Emerald directors. So proud of Linda Foster was our top Emerald director, and Jenny Holiday. Well done. Well done, guys. And then directors are Sean, our wonderful MC, come everything else. Well done, IT specialist. And Vic and Dawn Bender. So that's fantastic. Well done, guys. And then, of course, we've got our Sapphire, our Ruby directors, which are Eddie and Cesar. Well done, Eddie and Cesar. So proud of you guys. We can see your team growing. It's fantastic. And then John and I as well. Okay, Ruby directors. Okay, all right. Then we're going to go to the 500 Club. That's a 500 Club. It's something that Charlie Bolton, it's an Eagle team system. And it's to help us to save because we always save and we don't know how to save. So he started the 500 Club. And I can see that Ansi de Klerk, she gets 50 Rand. So she puts in 50 Rand and the upline puts in 50 Rand. Busi Masani, 50 Rand and the upline puts in 50 Rand. And then Barry and Liz, 50 Rand. And your upline puts in 50 Rand. Anyone else from you, Cesar?
For 50 Rand, not on this call, unfortunately.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Okay, and then of course with the directors, it's 100 Rand. You put in 100 Rand and your upline director puts in 100 Rand. It sounds small, everybody, but I promise you that it grows because by the time you get to our level, not only are you putting in the money, but the bank is also giving you interest. So now it's starting to really tell. So it's fantastic. So Eagle team will do 500 club incentives. You have to belong to the Eagle team, although it is your upline director that is supporting it. Then you've got your qualified senior manager incentives. Qualify with incentive of 1,000 PV and more, and there's an incentive. These are all Eagle team incentives. Your director incentives, qualified director, also, that's another incentive. 3 and 30, 3 people in a month, in 30 days. That's another incentive. And then you've got your retail sales challenges. All of these are Eagle team challenges and money that's coming from Charlie and Alta Bolton. That's over and above your Neo-Life bonuses, and it's over and above your profit from your sales to customers. So there's a lot of income coming in from different streams. And I think most of us are not clocking into these different streams of income. It's absolutely exciting and it's fantastic. And I really urge everybody on, particularly us, to share this with your team, that there are more than just your bonus. There's more than just your profits. So thank you, Sean. I can see time is running. So thank you, Sean.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Debbie. And thank you, everybody else. It's been an amazing ADT, and this is the highlight of the month. Just to do a little bit of recognition, see and have a little bit of input from other team members, because we have got mind-blowing talent. Just sitting here on this little screen in front of me, I can see amazing talent in everybody. And yes, we have a medical doctor, but none of us have to be in that sort of league to help people. We have the best business in the world. We have the best products in the world. Why are we keeping it to ourselves? We shouldn't keep this a secret. I feel, my personal opinion, it is that we shouldn't be selfish. We need to share this business and these products, because there are an incredible number of very sad, hurting people out in the world today. And we have a way of helping. If you were walking down the street and you saw somebody trip and fall, would you just look at them and walk on by? Or would you stop and help them up? We have this all around us every day, and it has been brought home very vividly with the COVID regulations over the last year, where businesses, some of them 2-3 generations long, have just closed their doors. They've had to close their businesses because they could no longer operate. And I don't think any one of them planned for that. And it was a huge shock to the system. Yet this business has thrived. People have increased their business by 100 to 150 to sometimes 200% over the last 18 months. How? Yes, we couldn't meet in person, but we've got technology. This technology is not going away. Hopefully the virus is going away, but the technology is not going away. And as we're seeing just on this little meeting now, we've got people local, and I'm talking Lower South Coast, we've got people Durban, we've got people all the way up in other parts of the country. Well done for joining us. What is stopping us from having international guests on this meeting? We've got a month ahead before we have the next ADT. Go out, make a difference. You can make a difference, even if it's just to 3 people around you today, tomorrow, next week. You focus on those individuals, you will thrive. Go for it, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Well done, everybody.
Well done, everyone.
Well done.